Hi everyone, welcome. Today we'll be treating a data analytics problem of a business intelligence problem. Uh, we had a meeting with our senior management and they needed to know how our sales process is, and um, they wanted to know, okay, what are the things you go through for a sales to be complete? What are the processes you need? And from identifying a particular client that need a service your company is providing until you get the client to actually pay. And so they wanted to know that. They also wanted to know how to track it. So we had a brainstorming session with um, one of our senior manager, and we were able to come up with something like this. So this is like a flash of, you know, what the tracker would look like. Now it doesn't look so much, but it is pretty interesting. So we do have this process. So the salesperson, the client, the sector to which the client is coming from, whether individual, company, NGO, banks, and so on. When did you identify this particular person? So these are the sales process, quality lead identification. So you've actually done your research and you've gotten leads that have potentials to become your client. So you do client engagement, send proposals, and you call the client or you send them an email. And if they respond, then you submit a proposal. After that, when they are convinced, they will submit an initial quote of the service they're actually interested in purchasing from you. After that, maybe back and forth, this initial quote might not be the final quotation you guys will agree on. So the other process after submission of initial process quotation is accepting um, acceptance of the final quotation. That is, the salesperson has agreed that okay, this will be the final quotation with the client. Purchase order receipt. The client has already said okay, they've reviewed the SLA, the service level agreement, and they've signed between the sales. This is a signed purchase order between the sales team and the client. And the next is payment, which is like the main driver here. So we're actually able to flesh out this sales process, and we needed a way to track it. So if you notice, there is a list of not started, ongoing, done. Again, this was like an agreement between top management and the sales team. Okay, this is what and myself, this is how we should track it. And so if I have the quality lead are done, we should have 20% progress. So this particular sales rating is over 100. So at each point in time, if I have these two done, that is when the percentage is going to increase. So like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 done. So my sales rating is supposed to be 50% and so on. Now I actually this is the main task. Now we're actually looking at done. What is done? I could do a count of done and come up with, so I would say if done is equal to this is equal to 1 um this percentage, so something like this. I'll do a count if my range and my criteria, right? So my range is up to here. I'll just lock it. Maybe I'll just lock it uh, vertically. Then what am I looking at? Count done. And you see it's 4, right? So I can say when it's 4, give me 50%. So I can say if done is equal to 1, like that. So I can now then add an if or multiple ifs, which is convenient. So I could say ifs and I'm going to copy and paste. So if count ifs is equal to 1, then 20%. I'll just say 0.2 is if it's equal to 2, then I'll say 30%. If it's equal to 3, you know, like that. That's one way to go about it. Then let's see. It's 20, 30, 40, 2.4. If it's equal to 4, then 0.5. If this is equal to 5, then 0.8. Is this equal to 6? 0.9. Then if final, I can say, yeah, equal to 7, 1. And I think I'm done. Yeah, so I have 0.5. All I just need to do is just to um put the right data type there, which is percentage. Now, while this makes sense, what was going to happen? I want to do some testing. So let's assume this is not started, right? And this is done. I've done 40%. I really don't want to do that. I've done 40%, but 40% is actually where you've done your proposal submission. So these are other ways to test, I'm just doing like a test. There's no way you can move from here to this place without this place being done. That's another thing. But let's assume that is the case. That's going to be a very, very serious problem. Right. So, but yeah, since there's a hierarchy to it, this actually makes sense. Let me try something else. I think I can do a multiple ifs and add and function. I'm just going to look for my multiple ifs. So I'll do the logic now. If it's going to give me the same thing, if this guy equal done, then 0.2. Else, if I'll now say and if h5 equal done, comma, so it will be h5 then i5, right? Equal done. Then 0.3. So I'm just gonna copy this because it will keep growing until when we reach there, and I'll see I, then J5. Sorry, to be J5 equal done, then uh 0.4. I'll still copy this and paste it. So we have K5 equal done. I'm gonna copy this and paste it as well. Then 0.5. So it's saying NA for some weird reason. So because there's nothing there. Okay, so cool. That's cool. I just want to I want to keep using the and, right? So this is my content, this and I'll do this, point this, then I'll say AL L5 equal done, then 0.8. I think it's after, yeah, 0.8. I'll still copy this now, add so it will be M5 equal done. No, sorry, Control Z. So I'm going to add M5 equal done, then I think it's 0.9. Then I'm going to copy this, and I'm too lazy to start typing, so I'll add the last one. Why is there a percentage here? This is just weird. It's supposed to be a dollar sign, and that's because I want to lock the column and leave the row. So with this, I'm going to add N5 equal done, then 1. Now what if nothing happened? Just put 0. Okay, so sorry. So if, okay, so I think I'm done with this. So it's going to give me not available. So I can now do if NA. So if NA, what is my value? Let's say put 0. Right, so just format it and put %. Now let's start testing. Let me just put done here. Interesting. Not started. It's not started. So I think this will look like, so if I put done here, it's not going to do anything. If I put done here, it's not going to do anything, which is interesting. So it's following it in hierarchy. If I say, I actually didn't know this was going to work. Trust me. I was given these tasks on Monday. I was quite busy. I couldn't do these tasks, and I said I should turn it into tutorial and do it. So if I put done, I have 20%. What if I put done here? I think it's still gonna put 20%. Oh yeah, so it's still going to put 20%. So it's following it in hierarchy. So it's making sure that this is in hierarchy, that you must fill everything, to get to this. So the goal is you cannot move from here to the next stage unless you are done with it. So let's assume that maybe somebody came to meet you and was like, see, I've heard about you guys, I love your services, let's sign PO, let's sign a purchase order, an SLA agreement, which is by this side. So because you skip this particular these 5 processes and you just come here and click on done, doesn't necessarily mean that um, you didn't go through all of this. You're just lucky that you skipped this and you came to the purchase order. So let's assume I just came here and click on done. You are supposed to actually click everywhere done, then you get to this place. So that's the only way it will be done. So if I do if I click done, so it's, why is it still 20%? That's just weird. Let me delete this. Wait, did I skip? I think I skipped something. Done. If this is equal to done, then I skipped something. I must have skipped something. H5, 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 Hijk, L, then 80%. If H5 is done, and E, L, M, oh, H5, right? Comma, I don't know what's wrong with the formula now. Something is wrong. I'm supposed to behave in that way, but funny enough, it is. Because I'm done with all of this, it's supposed to show me, but it's still showing me. It's interesting. What if I delete all of this? It goes to 0. So I think I need to come up with a way to, so it's only registering the first one. Done. And okay, if I say this and this is this, it's actually supposed to show me 30%, but it isn't for some weird reason. It isn't for some very weird reason. Because I use the AND condition. The AND function is to make sure that you enter multiple conditions and what's wrong with this? Something is wrong with it. I cannot tell what it is. HIJKLMNOPK. This is really interesting. So what I'm just going to do is just copy this stuff, and again, I'll go to maybe Chat GPT, and you can go to any AI answer. What's wrong with this? What is wrong with this Excel function? Or I'll say Excel formula, because this is a custom formula. It appears to be only true for the first. It appears to be only true for the first condition. The issue with the formula is the ifs. So he said, oh, so I was supposed to wow, this is interesting. So I'm supposed to do it in a hierarchy. So he said the issue with the ifs is that the if function evaluates condition in sequence, and it returns the first true result if it finds, because your condition is true whenever this is equal to the rest condition will never be ever. Yeah, that's true, and this means the formula will only return point 0.2. That's interesting. So I did it backwards, so I think I'm just going to copy this. I actually did it backwards. So I was supposed to start with the big one, then followed by the next big one. So I was supposed to start with 1, followed by uh, um, 0.9, and backwards. So I'm just going to copy this code. I'm too lazy to type, frankly. Right. So I think I'll just copy the ifs up to this place. Control V. I don't know if the if any is fill this. Even if you skip this process, you always need to fill it. So this to make sure. Oh, this is interesting. So it's 30% because there's a breakage. So that's interesting. Now that I'm done with this, yeah, I'm going to apply this formula to. So because I made it in such a way that I locked the column, so I can click and drag and it applies. So we'll test and see what's wrong. So not started. So it means that you need to fill this place with done before you need to move to the end. And it will give me 50% because this is ongoing. So this is what I actually want them to do. I want them to feel it. It's part of the training I'll be giving the sales team, that they have to feel it. Otherwise, it's not going to work, and they'll be wondering why the sales process is, yikes. So the other thing I can do is to do one other thing I can do is to put a conditional formatting, highlight cells equal to. If this is equal to not started, then make it red. Go to custom format. Okay. What I want to format is should I format the font? Let me format the font. I would use Century Gothic because I love Century Gothic. Yeah, so Century Gothic. I'll use bold. Maybe put a color red. Yeah. So we'll test the theory and see not started red. So I'll still do the same thing, equal to if it's ongoing, maybe yellow. You can see it's already formatting it for me here, but I want to use a custom format. Okay, color output, more colors. Oh, I think I saw a yellow. Wow, it's looking, oh, it doesn't look nice. Maybe I should just put something like this. Again, let me use this. This looks close to green, so I don't want that. Okay, this looks quite close to red. Maybe this. And so I click on OK. So if I go and test it, ongoing is this, then done. I want to apply green usually, and just apply green. So I'll say done green. Where is green? Let's say this shade. This will look just okay. It doesn't look weird, and you can see already there. Now the other thing I would want to do is I also want to put like a what's on top is color scale, yeah, something like this. If it is, I'll put more rules because I want to see what's happening. I'll do like a color scheme. So, um, do I do number or formula? I want to do from, so I can choose the color from red to green. I think this green. Yes. So. And did I put number lowest value? Okay, so lowest value, highest value. Yeah, highest value. I think in percent. 100 and percent 0. I'll click on OK and see what's gonna happen. So, oh, this is not nice. Why is it showing green? That's just weird. It's not supposed to show green. Huh. I think I'll go to manage rules and see what's happening. Okay, so I will edit rules to see. Oh, 80% is not one. I think I'll just put 1, 0 to 1. For some reason, manage rule and see. Edit. Or I can just put number 0 to 1. I want 1. Yeah. Apply. Oh yeah, cool. And now if I do this guy, and if I do this guy, it will be green. Okay, so what I want is a like a moving bar, something like that. I don't want this. This is just changing color. So what I want is like a data bar. I'll do gradient. Aha, so something. Oh, let me go change the rules. I would delete this rule. Delete. For the data bar, I want to edit rule. So what I want is the gradient fill. I want red. No. I want to use more than. I want to use more than one color. Uh, hmm. The gradient fill, right? It's supposed to be. Oh yeah, I remember what this gradient fill is. Fill bar only. Let me see. I really don't want it like this. Let me see the content. It's left to right. Let's see. Let me use green and see. Doesn't work. I'll use no border. On preview is it. I need multiple colors. But I don't think that would work. Let me see. Okay. Apply. This is interesting. Edit rule. I don't want to show only bar on the. Actually wanted to do it changing colors, right? But this is interesting. Well, I'm going to use green, and I'll do right to left. Apply. Right to left. So I'll just delete this and see where it is. Okay. Okay, so I ever did something before, and I don't know why automatic. No, just put number. I don't want to do automatic between 0 and 1. Click on no, click on OK. Click on apply. Aha! So this is what I wanted. So I'll edit. I want to do left to right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So once I do 50% done, yeah. So this is what I want. So it keeps going until I get 200% done. I don't think I'll use gradient fill now that I think about it. I'm just going to remove gradient fill. I'll just use solid. Yeah, so between 0 and 1. Apply. So you can see it really moving like that and like that. So what I'm just going to do is just click on this format painter, and yep. Now the reason why you're not seeing any color here is because it's 0. If I do done, you can see the bar. The other thing I also want to do is to do a format painter for this, because I did, if it is by 3 categories, different colors, just for the font. So format painter will actually apply your conditional formatting for you across board. It is a very interesting tool. Oh yeah, you don't see anything because you don't see anything. Now I could also click and apply. So when you click and drag, right? So if you click and drag, it will take whatever formatting is here and to distort every other thing. You don't want that. The best way to go about it is you can just click, unless you want to also apply the format, click on the formula bar, control enter, and it applies the same thing. And so let's say we don't want to see 0%. Now that's a very interesting concern for me. I don't want to see 0%. I really don't want to see 0%. Okay. If it hasn't started, it hasn't started, right? So maybe I would say if NA is equal to 0, not started. I can further enhance this formula by saying, let me do, where's my drop down? Okay, so there's no drop down. If whatever this is equal to 0, so if is equal to 0, then not started. Not started. Else, I'm just going to use this ifs. Control C. I'll just paste. Oh, maybe I'll just copy this same guy, because I'll just copy this same guy. Control C, else, Control V. So it's copying a this I don't want. Else, yeah. Okay, Control Z. I think this makes sense. Hopefully so it gives me accepting correction, so it has auto corrected for me. And so if I just click and drag to, I'm not going to click and drag, I'll just highlight everything. On the first formula, just control enter. It applies. Yikes. So it's, where did I apply the formula? That's interesting. Oh, I think I applied it in the second in the second cell, not the first. So I'll just do Control Z. Um, yes. Oh yeah, so this is where I'll just click drag, um, click on the formula bar, Control Enter, the not started. I'm just gonna do some formatting. You can see even here that they put a green line, not started. What else? Actually, we don't want the green line here, so I can just copy this format painter. I like this, and you're good. And so I want to apply my format to these guys as well. So you can actually highlight. If you don't want to click on that, you can highlight, go to format painter, go to manage rules. See this rule, just click on it. Okay, so it is 04 to 011. We want it to 035, which is the last place here. How could do O to O actually? I'm going to do O to O. I don't know if it's going to accept it. So for every, let me apply. So this is the problem. So I'm just going to say from 04, that's here, to this guy. Let's see. Okay, cool. So it's still doing O to O. I actually don't want that. I would just apply on, for this, I don't want it. I just want to manage rule. I'm going to, I'll delete rule for just that. Apply. Okay. Oh, wow. Did I just mess this stuff up? I did mess it up because it did O to O. Yikes. So let me do new rule, and I want a bar, data bar, number 0, number 1, and I want green is greenery, solid. Yeah. Okay, so I want it 04 to say I'll do O, let me say 50 or 200. Just apply, and we are good. So not started, not started. So I can also add not started red, right? So I can add a new rule, not started, just give me red. I'm not going to use data bar. I'll just say if equal not started. Just say not started. Not started. Then just give me a red bar. Just do, okay. So what I want is the fill, and I want this red. I also want the font to be white. I think it's gonna appear cool with white. Again, that's just in my head. Enter. Now it only applied for here. I can go back to my conditional formatting, manage. You see this guy, I want to apply this same thing here. Control V, apply. So you have a lot of red men, which is interesting. So if I 20%, if I come here just to test and say not started, it's going to give me not started. Or even if I don't put anything there, it's going to give me not started. So the rest is just formatting. You just yeah, the rest is just formatting. Able, again, you can use shortcuts. I want them to be So if you press Alt, it will just activate all the shortcuts. So for H, it will be H, and you can touch every other thing here, which is pretty interesting. I just wanted to share with you guys how this is in the tracker, right? This is the most important thing. Actually, this is the most important thing. How do I measure the sales rating based on this particular value that was given? This was given by my boss. Well, there's so much you can um, you can do as a data analyst. Pretty interesting stuff. Um, so I am going to share this with you guys, and thank you very much for your time. If you do like this video, uh, do subscribe. Also, like the video and share with others you think it would be beneficial to them. The other thing you can do is, if you have any project you are interested in doing, whether it be it your personal project or maybe even at work, you can share it and we'll just do tutorials on it as well. I also am interested in learning. I've learned some. I still want to learn more. As a data analyst, you never stop learning. And yeah. So this is one of, you don't need to do high level stuff. It's one of the problem solving sessions that you can have. It's just uh, plain old Microsoft Excel and boring stuff. But depending on the company you actually work for, every company has its requirement. And for this, at the end of the day, we'll put this on SharePoint and would make it available to people to actually fill. So I think we'll even add a calendar here, so I could do forgotten how to, my developer is there. I can actually add a calendar there. I think insert calendar. I don't think I have it here. I did remember coming up with something in one of my previous video, in one of my previous projects. Sorry. Anyways, have a wonderful day and see you next time.